Hey, and welcome back to my channel. This is my 25-week pregnancy video, and I feel like this is absolutely flying. I'm getting extremely close to the third trimester. From what I've heard from everybody, the third trimester is not fun. So this should be exciting, but I'm still in my second trimester, and I thought I would tell you a little bit about what's going on with me. Right now, the baby is the size of a rutabaga. Now, I have no idea what that is, so I had to Google it, and I was like, I don't even think I've seen one of those before. So the odds of me getting a picture with me and the rutabaga in the grocery store were not good because I don't even know what I'm looking for. I also saw that a rutabaga is equivalent to a head of cauliflower, and that I am familiar with. So just picture a little head of cauliflower in my belly, chilling and dancing around and kicking me every time I eat. By the way, this baby loves food. She is definitely her mother's daughter because every time I eat anything, she's like, yeah, food! Which is exactly what I'm doing up here when I see foods. I feel like she's gonna be my little best friend in the whole wide world. Symptoms. I still have a sore groin. It really gets bad at night. So if I'm like sleeping and then I don't know if I really have to pee, but I think I'll probably have to pee, so I get up to go pee like 10 times a night. I do this. And I've been like in a laying position and then I go to get up. I have to like penguin walk my way to the bathroom because my groin hurts so bad. And I've been trying to do exercises to like strengthen my groin, even though what's happening is the ligaments are loosening. So I don't know if I'm just like doing something I shouldn't be doing, but I felt a little better by doing like some sumo squats and just pulling my knees together, sitting in like a butterfly position. So I have to get going on those again. Something that I've noticed is darkening skin on my body, patches of darkening skin on my face, for example, and they call it a pregnancy mask, and I wasn't sure I was gonna get one, but I think I have. I've covered it up a little bit, but there's like little patches of dark skin, which I guess is a hormonal thing that happens. I have gotten hair on my stomach. Like, as if things couldn't get any more disturbing with, like, the big dark line. I have, like, this peach fuzz, more than peach fuzz, it's more than peach fuzz, all the way down. And it's, like, turning dark. I feel like I'm turning into the wolf man. And I hope that's not actually happening. Although it would be kind of cool if I was the wolf man. Wait, hold on. Sorry. Back to the video. Swollen feet, another symptom that's been annoying. This week especially, if I'm out walking around all day or doing anything on my feet, I come home and they're, like, this big, like Shrek, and I stick them up, and thankfully nobody's around to see them because it's disturbing to myself, so I can only imagine what everyone else thinks. My husband should love it when I arrive back home in a week and he gets to see these things up in his face every day. Aside from just my feet being swollen, I feel like I'm kind of swollen everywhere. My lips have gotten really big, so if I ever wondered what I was going to look like with Botox or fillers on my lips, I feel like this is it. But along with that, every other part of my face has gotten big, including my eyelids, which my husband pointed out on Skype the other day. He was like, I think even your eyelids are swollen. I was like, oh, thank you. Also, my belly button is literally holding on by a thread. I mean, it is like on the verge of popping, and every day I poke it and I'm like, no, it's still in, but one of these days it's gonna pop, and it's gonna be so fun because it's like a little button that I press all day long. Weight gain. I have gained 32 pounds, so I'm really trying to like slow down the weight gain, as I told you guys before. It's really hard to do though because this baby wants cake and caramels. They're my big thing this week. I found a box that I had hidden, and it was like the best prize I've ever gotten in my life. I almost fell to the floor crying. I was so excited. And then I was like, wait, how am I going to ration these? Because I will eat the whole box if I have them in front of me. So I had to hide the box, but I still know where the hiding spot is. But I feel like since it's hidden, it's like, oh, only have one a day or one every 2 days because your diabetes test is coming out. I'm feeling bigger kicks from the baby and more rolls actually now. Before I was feeling like little punches and kicks, and now I feel like my whole stomach kind of move, and I'm like, oh, what's she doing in there? And I can't quite figure out her schedule. I felt like we were on a schedule, we had these little games we were playing, and then she just went and mixed it up this week, and she's like, your game's boring, Mom, I'm not playing that game with you anymore, I'm gonna do what I want. Again, definitely my daughter. Last week I showed you my 21 bundles box and I showed you all the things I had in it. The one thing that I've really been using and I've fallen in love with is my Agent Nature Holistic deodorant. Okay, I told you before I couldn't find any holistic deodorant that worked, and I was like sick of putting aluminum and all those garbage things in my system, and this actually works. I didn't even need to use my pit spray from Fatco, which I carry with me everywhere just in case. And another surprise I forgot to tell you all last week is that if you want to get your own 21 bundle or gift it to somebody who's pregnant, which is honestly the greatest gift, if you use the code Ashley20, you get 20% off until the end of December. So use my code, get 20% off, and you will love it, I promise. This week I kind of had a funny situation happen, although it also made me want to cry. I was at a restaurant picking up food to go, and I've been craving salt and vinegar chips as well, so sometimes I'll treat myself. More than sometimes. Okay, I love salt and vinegar chips. I want them every day. So I go in and I order my food and I'm like, and I'll just get that bag of salt and vinegar chips too. And they're like, obviously you're here twice a week. We know what you're getting. And so I get it and she's like, you're pregnant? So I said, yeah, and I open up my shirt and show her my belly, and she's like, oh, how far along are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm just, just over 6.5 months. And she's like, wow, you're huge. Thank you. And I was like, oh. And she goes, is the dad big? I'm like, not really. Like, he's in pretty fit shape. I think I'm the only big one of this partnership. And I was like kind of embarrassed because I'm like, I didn't realize I looked so huge. But then it's my own fault because I complain if people say I look small, and then I get sad if people say I look big. So I think I'm just being like super sensitive and ridiculous about the whole situation. I am going to be starting yoga in 2 weeks once I get back to Germany. I've heard really great things from other pregnant women and girls who have had babies that it helps relax your back, and also a workout here and there couldn't kill me. It's also really good to prepare you for birth. Read this little tidbit. The average labor time for a first-time mom is 17 hours. What? I've never done anything for 17 hours in my whole life except sleep, and I don't think I can sleep through this, so little concerned about that. So I don't know, maybe yoga's gonna help me figure it out. I had some questions from my video last week. One of them is from Marion, 13, and she said, are you nervous having a baby in another country other than Canada? Yes, I actually am nervous. I'm having my baby in Germany, as some of you may know. Ultimately, I wanted to have the baby in Canada just because I'm familiar with it and I love our hospital that I was going to be going to. But Jeremy really wants to be there for the birth, so we've decided to do it in Germany. So far, it's been a great situation. I love the doctor that I have, and I felt like the healthcare is really, really good there. The only drawback for me was epidural, and like that was a make or break. If they didn't have an epidural available, then I would straight up say sorry, Jeremy, and have the baby in Canada, because I need to know that it's there and available. I contacted the midwife when I was like 19 weeks. She was like, yeah, you don't need to contact me until you're 34 weeks. And I said, I do, because I need to know if you have epidurals. And she was probably like, this lady is insane. My only fear is that I'm going to get into the hospital and maybe have a nurse or a doctor that doesn't speak English quite as well, and I have trouble understanding. But I already have a German friend who's going to come and help me out and translate if anything happens. So that should be an adventure, which I will share with all of you as soon as the baby is out. So most of you know that I've been back in Canada for a few weeks, and I've been busy getting my nursery set up here because the next time I'm home, I'm going to have a little baby with me. And today I have another meeting with Sweet Kyla, who I'm working with, and they're designing my nursery for me, and I'm so excited. I love their stuff. I went in with my mom and had a tour of their space, and like, they have the most gorgeous materials, and everything's North American, and you're not like worried about what you're putting your baby in, because the biggest organ is their skin. So if you're putting your baby in like some garbage sheets, which have who knows what on them, they're absorbing that. So I feel really confident and happy that I'm working with them. So since I'm home, all of the stuff that I've ordered has started coming in. I'm so excited to share with you. My Munchkin shipment came in, and I'm so obsessed. I'll show you some of the stuff I got. This little owl, Munchkin Light My Way. Munchkin bottle warmer, which I've heard is a necessity because in the middle of the night, I'm not going to want to go downstairs and warm up a bottle every time. So if I can just do it in the nursery, it'll be perfect. Some nipples, so mine don't die. A little nursery projector and sound system. Ooh, these are super cool, the sterilized bags. Because I'm going to be traveling, it's going to be so much better for me to have these, because you just put, I think, a little bit of water in the bottles in them and throw them in the microwave, and then the bottles are sterilized. So this will be awesome for travel. My diaper changing pad for travel. Munchkin Warm Glow wipe warmers. How cute are these? So her little butt doesn't get freezing cold when I change it in the night. Nipple pads. Now, I didn't even know these were a thing. Had to be explained to me what happens and like leakage and all that. So disgusting, but apparently these help the situation out. Little Munchkin Soothers. Oh, I'm so excited for this. This keeps the baby cool in the car seat. My little swing for the seat so I can see her when she's in her car seat and I'm driving. Bottle cleaners. Apparently these are a necessity. Can't hold it up because I'm too weak, but I have the Munchkin Step Diaper Pail, which my sister-in-law has and swears by it because she keeps it in her living room and she puts all the dirty diapers in there and you can't smell anything. It like seals and latches. And then I got the little refills and the pucks, so you won't smell poop when you come to my house. Latch bottle set, because I just don't know if I'm going to be able to breastfeed or not, so I want to have a good option for bottles in Germany if I can. Changing pad, so I'm so excited about that shipment. I feel like the baby is going to be so set up with so much stuff. As a first-time mom, you just don't know what you're going to need, so I'm getting everything. So before I show you my big old belly, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and like my videos if you want to see more. And leave any comments and questions you have for me because I can answer them in the video next week. So me and my puffy face say, mwah! Let's see the belly. I just want to preface this by saying that I have my blinds open and my neighbor is across the street looking in my window, and I have all of the lights and the camera, and I'm standing up pulling up my shirt on the webcam, and I think he's probably real suspicious about what's happening in here. Belly from the front. As you can see, our line is not even at all, and even though it appears that my belly button is black on the inside, I think it's a shadow. So there's our front view, side view 1, side view 2. Big Bertha, as we've so nicely started to call her, is getting large and in charge, and I love it. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I will see you next week. If you have any questions or comments, leave them. Mwah, 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 mwah.